Does the Fantastic Four's return confirm our Phase 4 theory? The clock struck clobberin' time last week when, after a series of tweets, Marvel announced that the Fantastic Four were coming back. Remember the Fantastic Four?
Ugh.
No.
Kidding me?
They're coming back! In comic form. Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, and The Thing haven't had their own books since the Fantastic Four title came to a close with issue 645 back in 2015. The Thing eventually teamed up with the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Human Torch moved in with the Inhumans, and as for the Richards family, they left Earth Prime in an attempt to fix the multiverse following the events of 2015's Secret Wars. Now, if you're wondering, the official reason the Fantastic Four comic was canceled was due to low sales and certainly had nothing to do with the fact that Fox owned the cinematic rights to the first family and had a film coming out that year that Marvel had no creative control or financial stake in. It had nothing to do with that at all, folks. But to erase any doubt, Fantastic Four comics writer Jonathan Hickman was then later quoted in an interview with Newsarama saying, "I think it's pretty common knowledge at this point that Marvel isn't publishing Fantastic Four because of their disagreement with Fox." So in case you don't know, Fox acquired the film rights to the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and a few of the other Marvel properties a few years back, but since Marvel's success in developing the MCU since the late 2000s, they've been working hard to get all of their A-list comic book properties back. Beyond canceling the Fantastic Four comic, they also splintered the X titles, attempted to replace mutants with Inhumans, and killed off everyone's favorite X-Men, Wolverine, in their Death of Wolverine arc, all in a pretty obvious attempt to devalue Fox's Marvel characters. If all of this seems like the company equivalent of a kid breaking a toy so that their sister can't play with it, you should know that a bleeding cool article from last year claimed that posters were even ripped down from the Marvel office's walls featuring the FF so that Marvel chairman Isaac Perlmutter didn't have to see them when he walked through the offices. So, yes, that's exactly what this is. So with all of this in mind, why are they announcing a new Fantastic Four comic, and does the potential Fox-Disney deal have anything to do with it? 100% it does. Ever since Feige dropped that Phase 4 would be cosmic, we've suspected that the FF would be joining the MCU even before the Disney-Fox deal was but a glimmer in Iron Man's eyes. Come on. What better way to go cosmic than with the first family that started it all, who even got their powers from cosmic rays? Plus, the announcement of a Fantastic Phase 4 is just too good of a title for Marvel to just ignore. And that's true, because that sounds pretty awesome. So what will that look like? Besides the FF, there is also their back catalog of stories and characters from Silver Surfer and Galactus to the Super Skrull and Annihilus. In fact, we are already seeing the Skrulls entering the MCU via Captain Marvel, so that could be some stealthy table setting to give the Fantastic Four a reason to show up too. And focusing Phase 4 on bringing the FF back into the Marvel fold could also give the current and in-development X-Men movies time to settle, after which they could be brought in for Phase 5 or 6. And let's not forget that so far, the only Fantastic Four movie that has really worked with audiences was already made by Disney and Pixar, and it's called The Incredibles. The lesson to learn from that film to make the FF successful: focus on the fact that they're a family first and then superheroes second. But what do you folks think? Are we just getting our hopes up, or could we get a Fantastic Phase 4? Are you excited to see the Fantastic Four return to the comics? Also, does Doctor Strange's Eye of Agamotto have any influence over clobbering time? I don't know. Let's discuss. Also, be sure to like and subscribe, and while you're at it, check out Dan's latest episode of The Dan Cave. Dan's breaking down all of the must-see movies for the summer. You won't believe what made the list. Well, you probably will, but still, check it out. Make Dan feel good about himself.